Thank you so much, Mr. President. And I was just listening to our great finance chair, Senator Krueger, say how pleased she was that she has this responsibility. That's not what she says. Those little moment of truth here. but because at the end of all of what we do, we are able to stand here because of the work that you do, Senator Krueger, and your great staff, because of the work that my deputy, Senator Gianaris, continues to do. An incredible conference that is working for New York every single day. Because of that work, because of our staff, because of Chantel Smith and Eric Katz and council and David Friedfeld and the finance staff, because of Loren and the external affairs and Murphy and communications, because of all of us who understand that we stand here on behalf of the people of New York, and even the moments that it takes to get through this, and certainly to my colleagues on the other side as well, for the staff and the work that they do, the time that it takes to get to this moment where we can say we have a one-house budget that reflects the priorities of this entire state is well worth it. I want to thank the governor as well, because we started from a place that we don't normally start from. And while we were going back and forth about what's happening in this budget, the fact of the matter is that we started from a place that honored what we'd learned from what we've been dealing with in the past 2 years with this pandemic. We all understood, and that's what we understood last year and the year before, where the breakage was in our compact as government to the people that we serve. It was exacerbated by a pandemic that left us socially isolated, emotionally fragile, economically encumbered, and we got a chance to look firsthand at where the fissures were. And what could we do? And we began that repair work. And we began it going from our pre-K investment to our foundation aid investment to our investment in our environment to investment in higher education. We did transportation, we did housing. We continue to look at the infrastructure of the people so that when we do come back to a place where we can get back to our jobs and get back to our work, we're not still suffering from the same uncertainties that we know exist. So that's why we invested record amounts in childcare in this one-house budget. And that's why we decided that we would indeed expedite the middle-class tax credits, that we would find our way to making sure that those who are caring for our most vulnerable are actually compensated properly, our home care workers. We wanted to make sure that as we are addressing what has happened in our communities all over this state, that we find a way to make sure that people have what they need. And that includes this mental health investment that we know has to happen. I mean, people are talking about a rise in crime in so many communities, including Westchester. There actually has been a decline in crime. But the fact of the matter is that any crime is too much. But we have to take a look at what we can do to make sure that we are addressing the needs properly. And that's why we've gone in with mental health, again, ensuring mental health, giving proper beds, recreating more sustainable, supportive housing, looking at how we deal with after school, community school, investing in gun violence prevention programs. We are hitting so many of the things that we know will make New York stronger and more economically viable and be able to support every single person in New York. When we talk about our small businesses, when we talk about looking at abating taxes, even at the gas pump, we are continually to make New York a better place to be. So this is, and I heard somebody say this is aspirational, yes. But it's aspirational not for us. It's not aspirational for the people who have worked so hard to make sure that people's needs are met. It's aspirational for the people of New York State because they want to make sure that as their taxes are down, as their communities are made safer, that we are doing and addressing what they need, not only now, but in the future. And yes, it's going to take more money. But the fact of the matter is, we've disinvested in our hospitals. We've disinvested in our transportation system. We've disinvested in our roads. We've disinvested in education. We've disinvested in our children. We've disinvested in the supports that people need when things get rough in their lives. We've disinvested for decades. And so today, we stand and we say, we are reinvesting in the people of New York. We are reinvesting in a future. We are reinvesting in an ideal that New York will continue to be progressive. It will continue to be pragmatic. It will continue to lead the way, not only in this recovery, but in advancing what we as government can do with our people and for our people. I vote aye.